Now, two more friends of mine that I've known for almost... Chickers, it must be 10 years at this stage. It's Dara and Andy from the 251s, who are actually the 251s. So good to see you again. It's 2 or 3 years since you've been in with us. I was often thinking, where did your interest in that whole jazz genre that you play, you know, the Billie Holiday songs, and where did that come from?
I've always been interested in Billie Holiday, and she's actually one of my favourites. And I've listened to a lot of 1930s and 40s music.
Great era.
Myself, anyway. And then Andy heard me singing in the Monaghan Blues Jam, which was actually would have been last night, wouldn't it?
Oh.
They have it every last Friday of the month in McKenna's Bar in Monaghan.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get up there and just sing or play your guitar or whatever with the house band. And and Andy heard me and just asked me would I be interested in trying out some standards with him, because he was interested in getting a singer, so he should be saying this, not me.
Go back a step there now to that McKenna's Bar gig and that night. I never knew about that. Why don't they tell me?
Oh, no.
You know.
And you had Des Murphy, who's the singer of it. He was here with me many times. So
if you're talking to them, tell them, send me an email on who's happening and who's going to be on there.
Will do. Well, it's the house band and then whoever rocks in, basically.
Yeah, who is the house band?
It's just Des Murphy and his band.
Yeah.
You know,
what do you have? Bass guitar? And
they're the bass,
keyboards.
and they have harmonica and they have drums. Howard using the drums. And that's usually about 4 of them, and then whatever else rocks in with them then. You know, it's mainly lads on guitars, I have to say, and then sometimes you'll get a bass player, which of course the house band bass player is always delighted if a bass player comes in. He gets a break, and the drummer, because nearly all guitarists. And then from time to time you'll get a singer, and from time to time, even rarer, you'll get a lady getting up, because it's nearly all men usually. But so I go in there. I haven't been in a long time, I have to say, but that night I was in there singing my own stuff, because I only sang my own stuff at that stage. I never sang out anything that wasn't my own. And Andy heard it and just asked would I be interested in trying standards. So
Brilliant.
Once we got talking, then we couldn't stop. Oh yeah, do you like this one? Do you like that? You know, and we were kind of buzzing then. So we've been doing jazzy standards for a long time now.
Is it a standard you're going to sing for us now? Or
we could do a standard. We could do Louis Jordan.
Okay.
So this is You Is. It's from 1943.
What's the name of it?
Is You Is, or Is You Ain't My Baby.
Is You Ain't My Baby.
Yeah. So it's from 1943, and it's one we put it on our first album, Sentimental Journey, that we did back in, I don't know when that was, 2017 I think it was. Yeah. So
let's have a listen.
Okay. I got a guy, he's always late anytime we have a date, but I love him. You know I love him. I'm gonna walk right up to his gate, see if I can get it straight, because I want him. I'm gonna ask him, is you is, or is you ain't my baby? The way you're acting lately makes me doubt you is still my baby, baby. It seems my flame in your heart done gone out. A man, he is a creature that has always been strange. Just when you're sure of what you'll find, he's gone and made a change. Oh, is you is, or is you ain't my baby? Maybe baby's found somebody new. Oh, is my baby still my baby true? a creature that has always been strange. Just when you're sure of what you'll find, he's gone and made a change. Oh, is you is, or is you ain't my baby? Maybe baby's found somebody new. Oh, is my baby still my baby true? Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. That is just so beautifully sung there this morning. Wow, what a voice, as the fella says. Great stuff. Andy, you're playing some real stretchy chords there. You know, where did you... your style, you know, the jazz style, how did you get into jazz? Or how did you start guitar? How did it all happen?
Oh, well, that's a few questions there, Charlie. Well, I've been playing guitar for years, but I started out playing like lots of us do, the heavy metal and the rock. And
really?
And the Van Halen and all that. Yeah. That's, and I've been doing that a long time ago. And then as time went on, I sort of got interested in different styles of music, like jazz, and I get into the real old stuff, the old electric guitar players who played.
Wes Montgomery and those kind of people.
Yeah, and Charlie Christian played with, you know, Benny Goodman and all that. And now I couldn't play any of it. So I had to go back and try and learn a few bits that would fit in with my playing.
Just listen to your chords there. Are they your own versions, or are they versions that would come from a songbook or whatever?
Well, I suppose I try and I listen to the song, I strip it down to the bare bones of the chords, and then I try to put a bass line to it. You know,
just give me an illustration of what you, even on that last song, what you were doing there.
So that's a minor chord, but I'm playing with my thumb. I'm playing the bass note.
Yes.
And so on.
Beautiful, absolutely.
And then I try to be able to play a bass note, but also... because you're trying to be a one-man band. Touch of the Tommy Emmanuels there.
I always just sort of intimidate guitar players in here. I just have to mention his name and they almost leave the room.
Jelly, I know.
And you know, it's beautiful music that you make, the two of you. You know, it's just lovely to hear it, and to hear a pure voice like that you have. So, are you busy, or what's happening?
Yeah, we've a few things coming up. I suppose our next big headline gig we're excited about is in Dundalk.
In jail?
2 weeks' time. We're in the jail. And it's speakeasy night in the jail, we call it, because we've been doing these kind of speakeasy night things where people come dressed up from 1920s up to 50s. We kind of give them a wide range in case, you know.
And where would they source those double-breasted pinstripes?
Oh, sure, people come in all sorts. You don't have to go to too much pains. I mean, you could. For men, it's easy if they have the suit and a shirt that is plain or with a pinstripe and a flat cap or a trilby. Men get away with murder. They could have the braces, you know.
Oh yeah.
But and the women, it doesn't have to be flapper dresses, but mostly do have. And I always say, think of Bette Davis or any of them. They had the high waist trousers. It's not
Well, all that comes and goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's lots of different styles you could have, but this is like, you don't have to dress up. But we've only 6 tickets left. So,
wow, that is a good complaint.
So just put it out there, you know, 6 tickets left.
Somebody in Dundalk now should open a shop very quickly for vintage clothing. You know, I love all. We're going to chance another song before we go to the next break.
Okay.
What have you got? Something?
We could do one of our own.
Yeah, why not?
We'll do a bluesy one, I think, this time, because we do jazz and blues.
Yes.
This one's called The Letter, and it's on our album Slave to the Moon, our latest album, which you launched first. Thank you very much. So it's The Letter.
Okay.
My baby, he wrote me a letter. He said he don't love me no more. Oh, I've had days that show up better before my baby walked out that door. I'm gonna walk right down to the river wash that man away from me. And every word that's in that letter is gonna flow out to the sea. I'm gonna walk right down to the river, wash that man away from me. And every word that's in that letter, yeah, is gonna flow out to the sea. He used to tell me such sweet things and whisper, ooh, in my ear. Now all I got are bitter nothings and a man that just don't care. I'm gonna walk right down to the river, wash that man away from me. And every word that's in that letter is gonna flow out to the sea. I'm gonna walk right down to the river, wash that man away from me. And every word that's in that letter, yeah, is gonna flow out to the sea. Is gonna flow out to the sea. Is gonna flow out to the sea.
Oh, what a beautiful chord there to end that. Absolutely fabulous song. Really, really good. Loved listening to that. You could be down in New Orleans somewhere
thank you.
and just listening to that. Absolutely fantastic.
That's a co-write between myself and Andy.
Well done. Yes. Well done, you both. The Different Keys Choir have been on to say how much they're enjoying listening to Dara and oh, shakers. Here it goes again now. Gone. Andy, of course. I was just saying during the break that sometimes I can't sleep because I can't think of people's names, and these could be highly famous people like Paul McCartney, who I've been following since I was 14 years of age, and I'm laying up, I can't think of his name. What's his name? And of course I am 74. I suppose I should be sort of accepting all these deficiencies. But one of the joys of a few years ago was when you come over to Leo Logan's studio in Drumshanbo, and you recorded a song you and I wrote together.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that session. And the song, I suppose, is about there's too many people sit around and kind of wait for something to happen. I was just talking to Alina. Hello, Alina.
Hello.
Oh, no, yeah, she's here. I was just talking this morning that, if you want to get involved in this business, whether it be the radio, television, or the media generally, you make all your own. You make all your own things. It won't just happen for you.
No.
And I think that's what we were talking about. And here I am, 74 years of age, and still trying. Anyway, this is one called.
I'm still co-writing.
Oh
yeah, still, yes.
I love, and that's the great thing about the internet, isn't it? It's
isn't
wonderful.
it great? Just sending bits over by email. Yeah.
This is one called "Life's Too Short." 1, 2, 3, 4.
Life's too short. You gotta do what you gotta do. Pull up those britches, boy. Lace up those saddle shoes. Every day that passes is a payment overdue. Life's too short. You gotta do what you gotta do. I've been listening to all your settled tales, your plans, your schemes, your worn-out dreams. You say they can never fail. Oh, you talk about it all forever, and it all seems really great. You gotta get your act together before it's all too late, because life's too short. You You gotta do what you gotta do. Pile up those bridges, boy, lace up those saddle shoes. Every day that passes is a payment overdue. Life's too short, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You know, you sit around and you wonder what the world can do for you. Life's not like that, you're just getting fat with all that point of view. Life is meant for living. You gotta make all your own breaks. You gotta start out with some giving and forget about your mistakes, because
life's too short. You gotta do what you gotta do. Pile up those bridges, boy, lace up those saddle shoes. Every day that passes is a payment overdue. Life's too short. You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I know that you're really clever, but you never get things done. You gotta shake the blues, spread the news, get out into the sun. Finish that old story, come on and sing that song. You know you'll feel the glory when you hear them singing along. Because life's too short, you gotta do what you gotta do. Pile up those bridges, boy, lace up those saddle shoes. Every day that passes is a payment overdue. Life's too short, you gotta do what you gotta do. Life is too short, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, life is too short, isn't it? And that was particularly difficult for me because I could only hear you intermittently through those headphones. I could say a little word, not to you, Alina, but to the technical staff generally. These headphones are dreadful. You know, they must be here since the dark ages. Co-writing songs. I noticed you had a song. I don't know if you co-wrote it, but you sang it with Tommy Keys.
Yes, no, I didn't co-write that. That's his own. Yeah. But he has written a few with me in mind, which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
and and we recorded a few of his songs ourselves. We recorded 2 on our last album.
Yes.
But I also sang on his albums the same songs. So I think I'm on my 4th album with him now.
Yeah,
you know. So it's just up in January, up to the mountains, just before the big frost came in. I was up in where is it? What do you call that? It's not Devil. What's it called? That
Sally Gap, no.
No, yeah, it's kind of up there, but it's I can't remember the name. Hellfire Club.
The Hellfire Club. I know it well.
Yeah.
I wasn't around when all that was happening.
Yeah,
but, it has sort of echoes of what you were talking about, the flapper generation and the whole madness.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You're listening. There's so many people just texting in, and can't get to you all, but listen, I'm glad that you're enjoying listening to Dara and Andy here. We're just having a good old fun ourselves. You were just sort of naming out the number of albums you've been involved with, 3 of your own, and then with Tommy Keys and okay, and to keep all that going, to keep an interest. When you put on a gig, I remember the night of your launch was in the Tin Church.
That's right,
in Lara. What a beautiful place!
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it lashed rain. Do you remember the rain?
Yeah, you could hear the rain hitting the roof.
Yeah.
A corrugated iron place, with a corrugated iron roof in the middle of nowhere. And we had a great old night there, hadn't we?
Oh, it was a good night. I think if the rain had been just like, medium to rare, it wouldn't have been the same. It was just, the rain kind of made it. A lot of people, they were saying it was so biblical that it
and very little parking, so if you weren't there on time, you would literally be walking for about 10 or 15 minutes to get to the place to get in, and you'd be pretty wet when you got there. So where do you see it all going now? Are there any of your family upcoming, or Andy or yourself, that are interested in music and want to do it?
Yes, my daughter is very interested. She is singing on our last album. She's on one of the songs, The Rivers Flooded Over, and she was on my own album as well. She is. She's currently looking into musical theatre and acting. She's in a play on. I'll give it a plug. She's in a play on Saturday.
Where's that?
I think it's 5th to the 8th. It's actually up in Tala.
All right, in the Civic Theatre.
Yeah, I think it's Ubu Trilogy. It's called. It's kind of like a modern take on Shakespeare. So it's a bit. It sounds like it's going to be a hoot. Yeah, a bit funny anyway.
Funny. I watched.
She's a good singer.
Watched a movie last night called Sing Sing, which is set in Sing Sing prison, and there's a drama group within the prison, and these hardened criminals, getting them to recite to be or not to be, and all that kind of carry on. But can't recommend it highly enough. It's called Sing Sing. It's been nominated for a number of Oscars, and it'll probably be coming to the cinemas. But we actually could rent it for €5 odd, and we rented it from Sky Cinema, I think it was. And if you think of it, if you're going to go, the two of us are going to go out to the movies, it's going to cost you at least €25. So we had it for $5.49. Although there's still nothing like going to the
there's
movie.
Nothing like this.
No, it's in the dark with your popcorn and your Coke and all that. Indulging yourself. And our local cinema now, the Carrick Cineplex, you can get wine, you can get tea and coffee, and it'll be all served to you in your seat. I mean, what more could you ask?
I have to say, I go to watch the movie though. It's just the whole sound around.
Yeah, all the crackling noises.
And when the doors open and creaks, you can hear it behind you nearly when you're in the cinema. I love that whole sound around.
We like to get a seat, which is just beside the entrance, and there was people coming across, and people are, why are people late for the cinema? For God's sake. But I remember we were there one day, when the two of us were there in the dark, and who did we see? Only our parish priest, Father, and he came in. I won't say his name in case he gets embarrassed, but he walked across in front of us with a big box of popcorn and the whole thing, and the next thing he sat down right beside us, didn't see us in the dark, sat down, and I nudged him, I hope you're not going to start eating that popcorn, and oh, for God's sake, and he jumped up and the popcorn went up in the air. But we were just pulling his leg, there's no doubt about it. So the gig in Dundalk, where else? McKenna's in
we've I think the next thing we're doing actually is on Tuesday. We're up in Darky Kelly's. This is the night that Tommy Keys runs in Dublin.
And Darky Kelly, where's that?
It's right there at the Central Bank in Dublin, so it would be kind of one of them
near the Temple Bar.
Yeah, one of them real old streets, know. So it's it's beside, I don't know what hotel. Yeah, Christchurch, beside Christchurch. Yeah. So he runs that singer-songwriter night. It's not an open mic. He actually invites people to actually, when we sent in something to see would he want us, we sent in the letter, actually, was the song we sent in. And he said, straight away he was back. So, we're up there on Tuesday, and we'll be doing a set of 3 songs, 2 of them live streamed, and then I'll be up with Tommy doing 2 of his songs with him then.
So, when you say live streams, that means
he does it on Facebook as well. So he's actually recording you so that you can see it on the Facebook page.
And is it live? Can you then look at it again afterwards?
Oh, you can, it's live, but it's there afterwards then on that
So
page.
You must get Tommy to send me the link to that, because that sounds like an interesting...
Yeah, it's just the group. I think he just joined the group. I don't know what it's called. The singer-songwriter, Darky Kelly's singer-songwriter group or something like that. Yeah.
There's so many of these different sort of things happening, Look, we're going to have another song before we go, and tell us what this one is going to be. This
one is from 1937. It's a Gershwin and Gershwin.
Oh, who else but...
Yeah, well, you have to do Gershwin when you do it. And
it's ambitious of you to do Gershwin, because and Andy, for God's sake, they get plenty of chance to show off here, Andy.
Hope you enjoyed. It's called They Can't Take That Away From Me.
I love it, yeah.
The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. We may never ever meet again on that bumpy road to love, but I always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, The way we danced till 3. The way you changed my life. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. We may never ever meet again on that bumpy road to love, but I always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. They can't take that away. They can't take that away from me.